guys, and welcome to Nellie Bakes. Today I'm going to show you how to make cake pops. It's really simple and they taste delicious. So first what I did was I baked a cake, and what I had left of the cake when I cut the top of the cake off to make it even, I saved those crumbs. And here are all the crumbs that were left over, which is a lot, you know. You don't want to throw it all away, so you can make cake pops. So I'm going to put it in my bowl. And what I did was I got the pieces of cake and I kind of rubbed them against each other so they would become really thin crumbs like this. And then just mixed them up with my hand. Now we need frosting. So here I have just plain vanilla cream cheese frosting. And I'm going to start putting little by little into the mix and mixing it up. First I'm going to put 2 tablespoons. Just mixing it up. Mix it, mix it, mix it. Mix it. You want to make sure there's no huge lumps of frosting in one place. And we're kind of just mixing it until all the crumbs are sticky to each other. There's no loose crumbs, and you can mold them into little circles and they'll stay like that. Frosting out of there. And how you can test it out to see if it's good is you can just grab, a ball with your hand. Grab a ball and squeeze it. And if it stays, then it's pretty much good. See? This is what your crumbs should look like. They're all very sticky to each other and you can mold them. Now what I'm going to need is something to put my cake pops on. So basically I'm just going to grab them with my hand, kind of measure out, you don't want them too big or too small. So you want to make sure they're all the same size. And here's one. Okay, now that we've cleaned out the bowl, see, no more cake batter, we have approximately 19 cake pops. So that's pretty good considering all of this cake crumbs were going to go to the trash. We can use them now for something else. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my cake pops in the freezer for about 15 to 20 minutes. And in the meantime, I can get my chocolate ready to go. So while the cake pops are freezing off, I have some chocolate melt that I'm going to melt in the microwave. Here I have my bowl that I like mixing my chocolate in. So I'm just going to put my chocolate pieces in there. So now what I did was I melted my chocolate, and here you can see that it's quite melted and very creamy. Here are cooled off cake pops. And basically you need these kinds of lollipop sticks. The ones I have are Wilton. They come 50 sticks, and this is what they look like. I bought them at Walmart, they're very cheap. So this is what's gonna happen. I am going to get my sticks and get the end of it and dip it in the chocolate so it looks like this. Then get a cake pop and put it in the cake pop, like this. Stick it in there, then put it back on your tray. We're going to do this for all of them and then we are gonna put them back in the freezer. So the chocolate freezes and it hardens, and that way the stick won't get loose when you're trying to eat it. Okay. Now we are done putting the sticks with the cake pops, and this is how it looks. And I'm just going to stick this in the freezer and wait till it hardens so I can continue with finishing my cake pops. So I got the cake pops out of the freezer and they're pretty hard. I also melted my chocolate, and I added a little bit of canola oil so it'd be more less thick. See? So now what we're going to do is grab your cake pop and kind of just tilt your bowl. You don't want to mix it in there because it's going to come loose from the stick. So just kind of hit it a couple times so the excess comes off. And we're going to repeat this for all of the cake pops. I also have this strainer for pasta strainer, and I noticed that my sticks fit in the little holes, so that's how I use it to dry the chocolate out. So this is what I'm doing, kind of just doing that and then hitting it a couple times so the excess comes off. When the cake pops are hardened, you can see that this one's pretty hard now. You can do some design. You can either do it with the frosting that was left over or with the chocolate that you still have. So I'm just going to do a couple lines here and there so it looks kind of messy and chocolatey. Just back and forth. And this is what it looks like. Very chunky. Very nice. So all that's left is grab your cake pop, put it in your baggie. I bought these at Walmart as well. And now you have your very own cake pop. There you go. It's very nice, and I promise you it's going to taste delicious.
Esta truena. Dark chocolate. Very good.
Thanks for watching Nellie Bakes, and stay tuned for more videos and more tips on baking. Thanks for watching.